Good afternoon, and welcome to the DFS YouTube channel. I'm Razzle, and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. Here to take a look at pitching for today, the 18th of August. It is Tuesday, and we do have a 9-game main slate ahead of us this evening. From my understanding, there shouldn't be too much to worry about weather-wise. This is a first look at the pitching options on the slate, and I will be looking at DraftKings, as that is where a majority of my action is. If you play in FanDuel, cut my pool in half or so. Pricing isn't quite as tight. You don't have to be as creative. It allows you to get stacks you want with an upper tier-ish pitcher. Now, let's just get my first look reaction to these pitchers. And that reaction is, what the hell is going on? This slate is disgusting from a pitching standpoint, and I think that's being nice to it. So, what do we do? I really don't know. Like, I'm kind of stuck on almost just not wanting to play. And I mean, that's not what's going to happen, but that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. I think Kyle Harrison is the clear top guy. But let's go game by game just to kind of break it down a little better. Ranger Suarez and Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly's had some better starts over the last month and a half, but I'm not really interested in playing Merrill Kelly if I can, avoid it. No real strikeout upside, a lot of walks, can give up some home runs. Not the greatest spot to be in for him. So the desire would be to not play Merrill Kelly, but maybe I have to include him. As of right now, I'm not playing Merrill Kelly at all. The other side, Ranger Suarez, 3 straight starts of not great performances from a fantasy points perspective. His last start was a pretty solid one, just no real strikeouts. He has just 7 strikeouts over his last 3 starts. He is getting extended out from a pitch count standpoint, but he's now taking on an Arizona squad that does not strike out against left-handed pitching. Last time I looked, they were around a 17% K rate against left-handed pitchers, which is one of the best in the league. Now, they won't have Ketel Marte, so I guess that does weaken the lineup slightly. But there's some solid career numbers against Suarez from some of the guys on Arizona. I don't know. Like, it might be a slate where I just have to play Suarez and hope that he does enough to get us 15 to 18, without getting a bunch of strikeouts. I don't love playing my pitcher pool like that, but I think we might have to consider Suarez. San Diego and the Mets, you get Robbie Ray and Zach Thornton. Robbie Ray, definitely in play because we know what he's capable of doing. I don't remember if he pitched for San Francisco in this one or not. But, over the last 3 starts, he has one strong one and a couple not so good ones. He wasn't terrible against Milwaukee, just a lot of pitches, and that kind of ruined his upside. He did shut down the Mets once this year, 22.5 fantasy points basically. I think we just have to play him. It's not the spot that I absolutely love because there's a few bats that have been performing pretty decently of late, but I think Robbie Ray is going to be one of the higher owned pitchers. I have yet to look at any projected ownership on the slate. The New York Mets, Zach Thornton, he's not a big K guy, so that's kind of my worry. I've played him a few times because I don't mind him. I just don't think that this is a spot to rely on him. He has pitched pretty well when pitching at home, so average 16 fantasy points per home start. So maybe, the problem is over the last 2.5 weeks, he has 2 not so good starts and then a 17.6. That 17.6 though is something that we definitely would accept on this slate. Unfortunately, probably going to keep Thornton in, but I much prefer Ray in this game. Atlanta, Minnesota. I think I just have to play Zebby Matthews, just the way that Atlanta's offense performed recently. Bailey Ober did a good job against him last night, and he's somebody that gives up a bunch of home runs. Zebi's kind of all over the place, a lot of walks, but he does have random huge strikeout upside. It's definitely a dangerous one, but he has been, similar to Ober, has been much better when pitching at home. His K rate plummets, though, when pitching at home, which is a little annoying, but his home runs allowed rate plummets as well. So, Zebi, as much as it feels gross, similar to last night, we're going to play him. Tyler Mahle has looked pretty good as a New York, or as a Atlanta Brave. I was looking at the fact that he faced both New York teams in his 2 starts with the Braves. 12 innings, 7 hits allowed, just 1 run, 16 strikeouts in his 2 starts with the Atlanta Braves. Got to use him. Does have some road issues in his numbers, but it's kind of skewed because now, he's on a new team and he's thrown 2 strong starts as well. It's just the starts that haven't been in San Francisco previously were pretty bad. I'm going to use Mahle just because we have to. I like his upside more than I like what Martin Perez offered for upside last night. I realize Martin Perez destroyed our lineups because he was horrendous, but that's just kind of my thinking there. The A's in Kansas City, I'm not dealing with the Kansas City opener, long reliever, that sort of thing. Daniel Lynch in his last 2 appearances has allowed 7 runs in 4 innings. Around 40 pitches, so basically like a 2-inning guy, right? He did pitch into the 3rd against the Dodgers. Mason Black, I'm just not getting there. If he offered more K upside, I'd probably consider the gamble on this slate, but there really isn't any K upside. Even though that Athletics lineup has been pretty bad and they're just destroyed by injuries. Jack Perkins on the other side, I have no interest in him. 2 appearances, 2 innings against Kansas City, which he's been pretty good, but still just not worth it for me on this slate, which is saying a lot because there isn't a whole lot to like. Kyle Harrison, Bryce Miller in this matchup. I was planning on just not playing Bryce Miller, but I think I might just have to sprinkle him in. His road numbers aren't great, so take that for what it is. His last 4 starts haven't been great either. So a lot of things working against him. I was hoping I could fade him, but I just don't think we can. He has enough upside. We've seen it earlier this season. It's just since July 2nd, basically since the All-Star break, he's been terrible. I don't know where this guy went because he's not here. I don't know what it is. I'm going to sprinkle him in. I'm going to try to not be very heavy. I don't love right-handed pitching against Milwaukee in Milwaukee. The other side, Kyle Harrison, I'm going there. He was rough in his last start, after leaving this dominant start before that with a calf issue. I'm just going to pick on Seattle, really. He gave up 3 home runs last start, so that does worry me with just 3 strikeouts, but San Diego had been performing pretty well offensively. The 3 strikeouts is one that kind of sticks to me because in his last 2 starts before the IL stint, he combined for just 5 strikeouts. So the strikeout numbers are kind of all over the place, but he's going to be the number 1 pitcher for me on this slate. Washington and Texas. You get Jackson Kent making his 2nd career start. Was not good in his first one against Cubs. 5 walks, 3 hits in 4 innings. 6 strikeouts. So the strikeout numbers were there, but man, walks and all that stuff. Probably not going to be for me, even though I guess Texas doesn't scare me as much as the Cubs. I just don't really think he's ready to be in the majors, maybe. Cal Quantrill. I played him last time out because kind of felt like I had to, and I'm playing him tonight because I kind of feel like I have to. Washington has been weaker since trading Luis Garcia, losing James Wood to the IL, trading Curtis Mead. So, their lineup has gotten weaker because of it. I think if you gave me, I guess basically last start for Cal Quantrill, you gave me 17 fantasy points tonight, I'd probably have him in 65% roughly of my run, just because I don't feel like there's a whole lot of upside from pitching on this slate. White Sox and Cubs. Rain's or rain. Wind is blowing out in Wrigley pretty solidly. I mean, it's not extreme by any means. I'm probably going to sprinkle in some Gausman just because we need pitchers with upside tonight. And if he has one of those upside games, obviously good things can happen. But I'm more expecting home runs to be hit in that ballpark. I've not looked at sportsbook numbers just to verify, but when I looked earlier, I did see the wind blowing out. Game total on this one sitting at 9, juice to the over. So it's not horrendously bad. So I'm probably going to be mixing in Gausman just because he has upside. The other side, I'm not really dealing with the opener and then Fetty. He's just been so bad. I'll pass. If Fetty wins you the slate, so be it. Angels and Houston. George Clausen in his last start actually looked decent. His walks disappeared. It wasn't too bad against the Angels. I don't think I'm going there, but I at least have to consider him, I think, against Houston. But, it doesn't feel good for me. So I kind of think I'm going to have to pass on George Clausen. This game's got a total of 9 as well, juice to the over. On the other side, Christian Javier. Against the Angels, it is the matchup we love. He faced them just under a month ago, and easily his best performance of this season so far. His starts since then have not been good, but I'm going to have to go back to Christian Javier. Probably going to be the chalky SP2. It does feel like it's basically Kyle Harrison and Christian Javier as the right combo this evening. Last game on the slate, the Coors game. Ryan Feltner, I'm not getting there. Dodgers woke up last night. He said made one start against the Dodgers was passable, but I'm just not. I'll just pass. Eric Lauer on the other side, coming off of a strong start against Kansas City. His best performance with the Dodgers, basically. His first performance with the Dodgers came against his Colorado squad and put up 20 fantasy points. Put up 8 the next time he faced them. But I think Lauer's in play only because Colorado's really bad against left-handed pitching, and Hunter Goodman just went on the IL today. So that weakens their lineup considerably against left-handed pitching. His last time out, he threw 112 pitches, which is plus to see. So we're going to see 90 to 100, maybe 105 pitches. So unfortunately, Eric Lauer is going to be somebody that we are putting our money on this evening. But yeah, there we have it. There's our first look at the pitching options on the slate. If you enjoyed or burned you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc., there will be a link in the description below. You can use promo code BOOK, BOOK, for 20% off your membership. There's a link to our merch store. You can check out my design, some of the other hoodies and stuff that we do have. And as always, best of luck, everybody.